Well, Yahoo Finance's Morning Brief is getting a makeover, and here to discuss the changes are Yahoo Finance's managing editor, Sam Rowe, along with co-host of the final round, Myles Udland, two of the smartest minds in the newsroom.
Wow, what an honor it is.
What a compliment.
We have joining us.
Nice
It's a pretty dumb newsroom.
Talk about bosses being on set. Well, guys, what are we talking about here? Because we already had the morning newsletter. Now it's Morning Newsletter 2.0, the morning brief. Walk me through the changes people should expect.
Sam, I am of the understanding this was kind of Andy Serwer's idea that we sit like right behind each other. So Sam's behind me. Sam is next to the machine we have that has lots of information on it. And we basically just kind of say things that make us laugh about the market all day to each other. So we figured maybe we would try to turn that into content for people that weren't sitting in our newsroom all the time.
Right, and there's, obviously, there's only so much you can do with 8 hours of live coverage a day and all the stuff that we publish. But yeah, there's a lot of information that's really interesting that informs a lot of the stuff that we do that helps, investors and, whomever might be seeking this information. There's a lot of stuff that we come across that, doesn't make it onto the shows and doesn't make it onto the newsletters and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's also like when you look at like what you want a post to be on Yahoo Finance. So you assume that there's going to be a video with it, and you assume that it might go to, say, Yahoo's homepage, or someone's going to see it on social media. I think that's a different kind of audience than someone who's signing up for our newsletter and wants to know kind of what's one interesting thing happening in markets that doesn't necessarily have like a news peg, as we would say, right? It's just like, here's a thought, here's an idea, here's something.
Wait, really quickly, so if people are not signed up for it yet, where do they have to go to sign up for this?
It's yahoofinance.com/newsletter.
Yeah, very.
I promise it's my
URL.
favorite morning read, so everyone should go sign up.
And it's getting better.
The big piece,
Yeah, exactly.
The big piece here, too, though, is that it has things to watch for later on in the day as well. So just the example today, the manufacturing read, when I got it in my inbox at 6:15 this morning, I knew exactly what time it would be coming up. I mean, that's kind of the piece of this as well, right?
Well, I think so. When I first joined Yahoo Finance like 3 years ago, we had this concept, and if you watch Final Round, we do like the look-ahead video at the end of the show, but the concept was like, what can we talk about that's happening tomorrow? So that's all still in there, and I think that idea still works, and a lot of people do this. I think what we've talked about trying to do is don't worry so much about commenting on what's about to happen, right? We give you the schedule, here's some stuff, but like what has been happening and how can you make an interesting idea out of what's been happening and then kind of take that forward. So you're not going to see in the newsletter like, here's why China, here's why markets are down because China did some stuff, right? It's probably going to be, here's what's been, right, here's what's been happening, right? You can read that when Heidi and Emily write that story. Here's what's been happening over the last couple of days, and here's a couple of things we found interesting on
Right, and we have a huge audience, and not all of our audience, operates and behaves the exact same way, and they all receive news, they take information differently, and we have this huge audience that wakes up every day to read our newsletter at 6:30 a.m. and if there's something that we can provide to them as a service from us instead of, maybe they don't have time to, check through all the news stories of the day, then we're going to send it to them.
Well, at the end of the day, it's your guys' names at the top, too, though, so I hope that there's still going to be a little bit of the flavor of the newsroom jokes that we get all the time.
Well, there's only one way to find out, right?
Yes, that is exactly
Maybe
it.
we'll go back and edit your one for tomorrow to make it funnier.
Right, yeah.
'Cause right now, it's a little serious.
We've got a high
It is a
bar.
little serious.
But for the funny, we can go to your Twitter. So
Also that. Very
also
important.
shoot the follow.
All right. Well, I mean, it makes sense that we're seeing a big sell-off today, and a lot of the pieces in that newsletter. That's not.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's why.
Usually, though, stocks go up.
Yes.
Over the long term, we know that stocks usually go up.
All right, Sam and Myles, thank you so much. And a reminder, where you can go to sign up for the newsletter, you should go to yahoofinance.com/newsletter. Guys, thank you so much for breaking that down, and congrats on the first one being out there.
Thanks,
Morning
Zach.
Brief 2.0.